Hello, my name is Javier, and I'm author of Crushing Cancer, available on Amazon. And as you have been following me, you know my story. It's going to be going on 5 years since I was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer. Again, extensive metastasis, brain, thoracic spine, lungs, kidneys, adrenals, pancreas, lymph nodes, and pelvis. Over 12 areas. So it truly is a miracle I'm alive today. And as I've talked about before, it, it's been a combination. It's not an either or situation. It's been modern, targeted meds. Currently, I'm doing a cabozantinib, which is an angiogenesis inhibiting pill, and Opdivo, which is a checkpoint inhibitor, which basically makes the tumors visible to my own immune system. And of course, combination with my protocol that you can follow and read about in my book, available on Amazon. And I also have channels like my YouTube, of course, but also on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, where I post regularly of how I'm doing and what I'm doing. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about the basic biology of tumors. And I talked about solid tumors and the dysfunctional mitochondria, how they have an insatiable appetite for glucose. And this is evident by they have 15 times the normal glucose receptors that normal cells have. So that's why I do the intermittent fasting, about 20 hours a day, and also 2 days a week. And I go keto cruciferous. And keeping in mind the insatiable appetite for sugar, that's why I do the keto, right? And I do it organic, cruciferous, plant-based. But going back to the biology of solid tumors, one thing that's not talked about is cancer stem cells. The bulk of the tumor is made up of cancer cells. But one thing that wasn't addressed before was the cancer stem cells. And in my protocol, I address that, right? I have certain supplements that target them because you could debulk the tumor with the ordinary cancer cells, but if the cancer stem cells remain, it's just going to repopulate and grow again. And that's why previously some of the traditional chemotherapies, they would attack the cancer, but they would also attack the immune system. So what would happen is, you would debulk it and get rid of the cancer, but if some stem cells remained, the tumors, they would grow again. And this time, the old traditional chemo would heavily affect the white blood cells or your immune system. So there was really nothing holding the cancer back. And that's why before, a lot of people, even though they went into temporary remission, they would eventually succumb to the disease. So in my protocol, after I did my extensive research, I found it interesting that some of the things that I take, the natural supplements, they address these cancer stem cells and what they're called cancer stem cell agent. Number one, the IV vitamin C that I take, that attacks the cancer stem cells. The curcumin found in turmeric, and I talked about in my book, The Golden Milk. I use organic almond milk, put turmeric, curcumin, black pepper in there, and a couple others, and I drink that. And again, that not only helps lower the sugar, but it's also a cancer stem cell agent. The green tea, the EGCG, it's a compound in there. Again, it's a stem cell agent. And what I also do is not only drink green tea daily, but the matcha, it's a powder that I buy, and I also put it in my suja, my Uber Greens juice that I drink, organic cold pressed juice. I put a couple of, in the 48 ounce, I'll put a couple of tablespoons and mix it up really good to get a little extra EGCG. And then another supplement that I take, berberine and cinnamon. And again, I put those in my golden milk. And I also take capsules, supplements. And I have in my book the amount that I take and so forth. And most of these things, I suggest you get them organic, and you could I get them on Amazon for the most part. But those are the things that I do that have, again, kept me alive. Last scans, tumors regressing, which is great news, and again, nothing new. So my protocol, my approach is multi-pronged, right? It's several things that I do, along with the intermittent fasting, then the fasting, the 2 days, the supplements, the walks, and then the modern targeted therapies. So it's quite a bit that I do. But again, I have to do this, and I believe it's why I'm still here. And truth be told, I was not diligent before with my health, and so now I'm paying the price. And I sincerely hope that those of you that follow me and listen to me, take care of your health now. Eat healthy now. Exercise now. Intermittent fast now. Don't get in my situation. It can be pretty challenging, right? Not only physically, but also morally. It can be challenging, and it takes away from the quality of life. And for me, it takes effort to not let it bother me. I do meditations and so forth to help me with that. So hopefully these tips help you. More importantly, if you're battling cancer, I hope these tips help you get better. And I sincerely hope if you are, you're nowhere near where I was, right? Over 12 tumors pretty much everywhere. And give yourself a good fighting chance and do these things to help you. And if you're not battling cancer, that's awesome. I suggest you take some of these tips, especially in how eating and intermittent fasting